Good morning, neighbors. Today I'm going to give blanket advice. No, not about blankets. Though, I do love my whoopee. Because overnight I got 7 private messages about fitness motivation. And I've been seeing it consistently in my comment sections. People fed up with their situations. Neighbors wanting to fight neuromuscular diseases. People wanting to know how to get disciplined. Too many topics to just drill down on one in one video. Mr. Norseman's never considered himself a fitness creator. If I do not force it into another category, such as a clapback, well, it doesn't perform well. Is fitness a big part of my life? Yes. Is not being well packaged and as refined as some creators weighing heavily on Mr. Norseman? Very much so. Do I let that stop me? I don't meet their standards? Goodness no. Actually, it motivates me. Whether it was bullies, my own father, or social media moderators and platforms that don't deem me packageable. Heck, even my own doubt. We all have it. I'm no different than anyone else watching this. My objective with this video is to go over the many things that motivate me, and maybe one of you this will help. I am not a guru, and actually I avoid them. Before we begin, we need to talk about something. The fitness industry is predatory. They want to keep you doubting and failing to sell you stuff. That's why our first subject is going to be finances. How many of you out there right now are stalled with beginning your fitness journey or in its progress? 60 to 65% of what you see right now on your phone, it was built with nothing but protein powder. Gurus in the fitness industry are going to tell you you need their stuff, and a lot of it. A lot of what you need is food. So I started budgeting. A large portion of your fitness journey will be in the kitchen. I had considered moving to a more rural area to save money, but many of them are food deserts. They have no facilities, so I would have to travel. So time management is an important aspect as well. I have 2 things I tell everyone. You need carbs, protein, and something green, and always buy your protein powder from Aldi's. It's pretty darn cheap and high quality. Why did I bring up these things? It's an obstacle telling you no. This is why we're going to tackle friends, family, and associates next. In our social circles and relationships, we like seeing ourselves on a certain level of the ladder, as I call it. When our friends, family, and associates get comfortable on the rung they're at, they don't like it when they see us climbing. This happened with some of my friends and even in my former marriage. Sure, I was changing physically, but I'm still the same person. Dare I say, a happier person. Part of my fitness journey and reason is because of mental health. Fitness helps fight my PTSD and depression. And it might seem counterintuitive to that. When I started going to the gym for 2 to 3 days a week, I began distancing myself from friends and family that had issues with it. When I made good progress, I added a 4th day. Same thing. You're going to learn who your real friends and family are, and that some just wanted to hold you down so they felt better about themselves. It's a manipulation. They like the old you, even if you don't. And that's why we're going to cover doubters and using that for energy. When I was a child, my father told me he didn't think I could join the wrestling team. It was big in my family. So when he said, "I don't think you can," what I heard was prove me wrong. So when I joined the Army, that's all I heard from my drill sergeants. Prove me wrong. Not no, not you can't. Even when I doubt myself, I'll show you. When this app tells me no you can't, I'll show you too. My boxing coaches didn't think I'd go very far. My senseis, my wrestling coaches all through middle and high school. Even my former wife. I've proved them wrong. So when people make those comments or message me, I say get out there and prove yourself wrong. Success is coded into you on a genetic level. It may not be what you want it to be. I've come to grips with the fact that I will never be Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I'm still out there trying 7 days a week. And when you start getting some progress under your belt, you're going to get addicted to that success. I want to see what else I can do. You never know until you try. So put one foot in front of the other and get out there. Even if it's just going on walks every day. That could escalate to a fast walk or a jog. Getting in the gym. Our next subject's going to be, what discipline of fitness are you going to get into? Whatever appeals to you, because I guarantee you're not going to stick with it. I look at different sports, bodybuilding, CrossFit, powerlifting as different disciplines. Much like martial arts. And yeah, that is one. We could sit in the comments all day and argue which is best philosophically and scientifically till we're blue in the face. I'm going to tell you, find what makes you happy. What keeps you coming back? For example, I started as a wrestler. Then I got into martial arts. Then I wanted to be a soldier. Don't overthink it. You're not just building muscle and stamina. You're building neural pathways as well through practice and repetition. So those with neuromuscular disorders need to get in there more than anybody. But what if there's creepers or bullies? We've already covered cutting people out of your life. Just ignore them. If it goes beyond that, contact the gym or the police. Yes, gyms, much like we covered earlier, have rungs as well. You know, the VA told me I would never walk again. Do you know in the last 14 years how many people I have seen come and go that were on a higher rung of that ladder? Even seen some of them come back, and I was there with a smile and a handshake. Other than that, make sure you get plenty of rest in this world that we're constantly attached to these phones. I get by on 6.5 hours of sleep. I understand these apps and phones give us serotonin, but so does your progress. Now then, lastly, let's go over self-image and self-worth. For the longest time, I was guilty of comparing myself to others, whether that be someone else in the gym or somebody famous. Realize right now, you're not them, you're you. We're all different, are we not? We all have different mental and physical pluses and minuses. Your goal's not to be like them. It's okay to draw motivation from them, as long as you realize in a healthy way you're never going to be them. When I came to grips with myself and my own self-image and worth, I started saying I don't need to be them. I need to be my own beast. We all have that potential, but these beasts are all different. It's no different than if you were to go to your window right now and look outside at all the other houses in your neighborhood. They're all different, aren't they? And they all have a worth. While realtors might tell you the worth of your home, buyers too. At the end of the day, that's your home. And at the end of the day, it has the value that you place on it. And realize now, as you are stalled or beginning your fitness journey, realize the value of your home. Now then, and in closing, what keeps me coming back? I was disabled and I wanted to play with my daughter. That evolved into seeing my potential and what else I could do. When I hit a wall, which you will all inevitably do, because I make progress, I switch professions. We're all evolving. Just like in your job, you're not stuck at it. You might evolve right out of it. You may not have pretty and dehydrated muscle with good lighting, but I got stamina for days, and I never would have realized that if I hadn't put in work for 10 years. I never would have realized just how strong I was if I hadn't put in that 10 years and developed the tendons I needed to do it. Eventually you may need to supplement, but I never would have made it through those 10 years if I hadn't got in the kitchen and started cooking. Don't overthink it now when you begin. It is a slow learning and evolutionary process, just like the value of your home. You. Not all of us have that luxury. Not all of us have homes. So I found ways to push myself to help others. This is why I have 3 things in my link tree to push me. So push me. 2 are to help the homeless in Detroit. 1 is to help women getting out of exploitation and slavery find homes and rehabilitate, much like I did getting out of that wheelchair. Folks who have something in common with you. Folks held back by economic and societal standards. So realize it's not just about growing your body. People often think fitness are just big dumb jocks. But in your journey to unlock your own potential, you're just going to find out what it is. You'll be smarter too, happier and healthier. So start climbing that ladder until you reach such a potential you have to knock it down and get a bigger ladder. Those that support you will be there, and they'll be holding the base of the ladder. Then you'll need a bigger ladder, and you'll be holding it for others. Or, hawking bullshit on a magazine cover.